As I travel all through the world in search of the most authentic of ingredients, I come across little places where they are the most unassuming human beings, and they have these flavors with them that have been handed down from generation to generation. I love interacting and creating a twist with AUMcuisine and bringing it to each one of you. Let's explore together. Good morning and welcome to another episode of AUMcuisine, authentic, universal, meditative. It is time to make one of my most unique recipes. Filled with flavor, has a lot of South India in it, and they are beetroot noodles. I fondly call them Boodles, and I'm going to mix them with some rice noodles and create a beautiful tapestry of color and flavor. So here I have a super hot pan. And to that, I'm going to be putting in some coconut oil. And to the coconut oil, some mustard seeds. I love listening to the splatter of mustard seeds. It makes me feel as if I'm making something which is of culinary South Indian importance. Beautiful. And to that, some broken urad dal. And then some green chilies. And then to that, I'm going to be adding in some curry leaves. It actually sounds like Diwali. This is what firecrackers sound like. So to that, some white onions. And while they sweat up and soften beautifully, I'm going to be adding in a few things. I'm going to be adding in some turmeric, some red chili flakes, and some minced ginger. Beautiful. And to that, I'm going to be adding in the Boodles, the beetroot noodles. So I'm going to give that on an open pan about 2 to 3 minutes while the beets soften up. Okay, so the beets have really beautifully softened. Now you can actually do one of two things. At this point, just add salt to taste and make it into a side dish. But I'm going to make it into a full-on entree. And while that's going on, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. Okay, this is very, very simple. This is just rice noodles soaked in some water, hot water. And then if you can see that, it's really, really nice. Right, so I'm going to color this into something really pretty. But before I do that, I'm going to be putting in some asafoetida, and I'm going to be putting in soy yogurt. And to that, a little bit of cilantro. And to this, a little bit of shredded coconut. I'm going to be putting in a little bit of salt to taste in there and some here. And I will put a little bit of coconut oil in here to keep that separate. So now this beautiful Boodles, I love saying Boodles. I have this friend of mine called Gautam. He is just so bright and brilliant, but we call him Boo. So here, Gautam, that's for you. And he loves the taste of yogurt rice. He's from South India. And I'm not kind of like, typecasting people, but that's truly true. So look at that, how beautifully the color comes alive. And then I'm just going to roll it up. very nicely. And this is a beautiful dish that you can do for an exotic gathering of people. You know, in case you're taking a potluck, this is just a beautiful thing. It's gluten-free, it's dairy-free, and it's super exotic. This is definitely, it's like investing in a beautiful cocktail ring, right? It's a conversation starter. In this case, it'll be a conversation starter for sure, and you'll come back home with a bowl that is super clean. So there you go. I've mixed it all up. I'm going to do a really, really good taste test in just a minute. Beautiful. So I like to serve this in a very, very exotic way. And I normally like to put this on a platter, but right now I'm just going to show you how I would be doing this. So it's really nice to get a leaf which is completely beautiful, like so. This is completely homegrown, thanks to Sanjay, really well done. So we're going to put some coconut oil on it. So when you rub the coconut oil on it, you can actually see the beautiful texture of the leaf, and it can hold it much better. And then put a little bit of salt, because then if you put the salt onto the leaf, the moisture is going to come out of the leaf and it will glisten, because I'm going to be putting something hot on it, right? So I'd go like that. Wow, it looks like a beautiful red-haired woman got a haircut. See, there you go. And then to that, I'm going to be putting in some desiccated coconut, which adds another dimension of color, and some cilantro, and a teeny weeny bit more of coconut. And there you have it, Boodles. So I'm not going to disturb that beauty. Let me do a taste test with this. Oh my God. Makes me want to sing. It reminds me of Kerala, southern India, and just magical, beautiful stuff that's so good for me and so dear to my heart. Enjoy this dish, and until we meet again in another episode of AUMcuisine, this is Vaidya Priyanka.